It's very easy to think that you want to be somewhere when you're not already there. Having a goal helps you to stay focused on exactly what it is you want to attain and when you want to attain that goal. Some people don't really want to be in the front of the music industry. There's so many different roles you can fill. And if you're able to have a plan as to whether you want to be a songwriter or a performer or maybe the DJ, you start with that plan and see where it leads you. As an artist starting out, and I myself feel like I'm starting out every single day, it's important to go at your own pace. I say this because you're going to feel like a lot of things are going on at once and you need to be involved in every single one, but that's how it leads to burnout, which is not a good way to start your career. So going at your own pace, knowing your limits, setting your own goals and boundaries is a great place to start. Everyone always feels like 3-year plans or 5-year plans or 10-year plans are so extensive. But I'm pretty sure all of us can remember a great trip or a great opportunity that happened 3, 5, or 10 years ago. So the best thing to do would be to start now. Start with where you want to be, when you want to be there, and how you're able to get there, whether it's by yourself right now or with a team a little later. But if you don't start now, you'll never know. Some tangible tips and tricks that help me manage my day-to-day schedule are keeping a routine. I'm very routine oriented, and so if something is off or if I miss something, I know exactly where to go to fix that, to change that, to get it done. So I find if I have a 7-step plan each day to make sure that, I keep up with my emails, that I'm responding to people, that I'm posting whatever promotional things I need to post, keeping communications with my teammates. I'm just making sure that that's in my day-to-day routine. So I just feel like I'm doing it naturally.
Having a space that is uncluttered and clean, for me, just provides a clean slate to work with, and knowing that I'm going to go in there every day and things are going to be in their places. I'm going to know where to find things. And I find clutter really weighs on the mind, and having a clean and sort of open space just really helps me get started and get into the flow more easily. I just keep to-do lists and make sure I stay on top of everything. And the more organized that I feel in that aspect of my life, the more time and space I have to devote to my craft. And that's just really helpful. Otherwise, the background voice in my head that's oh, well, you got to do this before the end of the day just creeps in and takes over. So keeping that part of my head clear is really important.
I love agendas. I have 3 of them, and I definitely couldn't live without them. Agendas make me feel like I'm in control of everything because I can see the entire year, the month, the week, the day right in front of me. And no matter what I write down, I feel like I'm able to get those tasks done. And if I don't get them done that day, then I just put a little arrow beside it and carry it over to the next day, week, month, or year. If you're like me and you need immediate assistance keeping on track every moment of every day, definitely there are some free apps that you're able to use. One that I love in terms of bookkeeping is Wave apps. That helps me. You can directly integrate your banking if you have a business account, and you can see all your transactions. So when you go to apply for grants or when you go to make different claims for different funds and grants, it's all right there. I'm a huge fan of Hootsuite. I'm not always around. Sometimes I'm present, but not really present. And so if I use these apps, I can post or set posts or schedule posts to be posted in the future to promote my shows, my events, my panels to my audience. Vision boards are a nice, easy, quick way to help me plan whatever it is that I need to plan. I'm a very visual individual. So seeing everything in front of me really helps. It's kind of like that GIF or that meme or that moment in the movie where the person is doing these crazy calculations and all the algebraic equations float across their face. That's me and my whiteboard. So vision boards are my way of making sense of all the algebraic equations that exist on the day-to-day. Budgeting is a great thing to do. It's a hard thing to do, but it's great to do. And if you're like me and you have trouble sometimes going over or under your budget, some things that you can do, if you have the means, you can hire an accountant. But if you're not really there yet, you can definitely use free apps. Wave Apps is a great app that I like to use, and it helps with invoicing as well. So if money's owed to you, you want to make sure that you stay on top of that. We're very fortunate in Canada to have a grant system. Our grant system is actually one of the best in the world, and we actually have the opportunity to call the grant officers from those different granting programs and speak to them about what it is that we want to do. So if you're a musician and you're looking to create a project, or you're an artist and you're looking to put your art in an exhibit, there's literally something for everyone. If you're unsure, or if you're scared of the program, which I know, it can be a little scary, just pick up the phone and call your local grant officer. Find out what it is you need to succeed in their program, and find out what the eligibility is so that they can get you to the right funds. Being an artist, especially a starving artist, or as I should say, an independent artist, sometimes you gotta resort to the means that you're able to afford. Thank God for Canva and Adobe Suite, the free edition, that can help you to build assets like quick album covers or a poster for your next show. Don't be afraid to just hop into Google, type in free media assets, and see what comes up. You'll probably know that it's time to build a team, ask somebody to help you out when your workload gets a little bit heavy on one side. I like to call that full plate syndrome. The best way to determine exactly who you need on your team is to make a list of all the things that you can do by yourself and all the things that you might need a little help with. If you need basic help, like just staying on task and keeping in contact with people who are reaching out to you, maybe you only need something like an assistant. But if you want someone to make those connections on your behalf and to keep on track with those who are getting back to you, you may need someone like a manager. If you're looking for opportunities that might be outside of your realm, or opportunities that you've seen and maybe want to get more information about, you might also want to reach out to an agent, because an agent has multiple resources that they can put you in touch with and provide you even more opportunities that can then bloom from there. An agent is usually specific to the medium that you would like to be part of. So for example, I'm a musician. I'm looking for an agent who would most likely be able to book shows for me, book tours, concerts, things where I have the opportunity to perform in a musical aspect. If I was an actress, which my mom thinks I am, I would probably want an agent that would be able to book me shows, TV shows, commercials, things like that where I can expand in the acting realm. While an agent might provide you those opportunities and have those connections, a manager might be the bridge between yourself and an agent. A manager also might reach out to other people to set up meetings that aren't related to the performance aspect. For example, if someone is looking for a songwriter to be part of a writing camp, they might reach out to you, and you might want to know exactly what it entails, or have someone communicate on your behalf when it comes to things like providing a fee. A manager is a great resource to help you with that. Once you have assembled your team, the best and first thing that you should do is form some kind of agreement where everyone understands the role they play in helping you to succeed. Such an agreement is usually known as a contract. Most contracts are pretty straightforward, but you may also want to get somebody who understands legalese to look it over. Contracts can be very basic, or they can be very complicated, but they should always include a trial period that ensures the individuals know what they're doing before you hunker down. Regardless of the depth of the contract, it's important to include a trial period to make sure that everyone involved knows exactly what they need to do before you commit.